The moon hung low in the sky, casting elongated shadows across the desolate fields surrounding the abandoned farmhouse. It was harvest season, yet the air was thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of cornstalks swaying in the breeze. A group of friends, drawn by the allure of a Halloween night dare, ventured into the decrepit farmstead, surrounded by whispers of it being haunted by the spirit of Old Man Jenkins, the reclusive farmer who met a mysterious demise years ago. Ignoring the warnings of locals, they approached the dilapidated farmhouse, its windows like empty eye sockets peering out into the night. Their bravado wavered as they encountered the eerie sight of scarecrows standing sentinel in the moonlit fields. Each straw-stuffed figure seemed to watch them with malevolent intent, their stitched-on smiles twisted into grotesque grins. But it was the largest scarecrow, positioned at the center of the field, that sent shivers down their spines. Its ragged clothes hung loosely from its frame, and its button eyes glinted in the moonlight, seeming to follow their every move. As they drew closer, a sense of dread washed over them, amplified by the sudden stillness that enveloped the farm. And then, just as they reached the towering scarecrow, it moved. A subtle shift, almost imperceptible, yet undeniably real. Heart pounding, one of the friends reached out a trembling hand to touch the scarecrow, only to recoil in horror as it turned to face them. Its straw-filled mouth opened in a soundless scream, and its arms reached out in a macabre embrace. With a collective cry of terror, they turned and fled, their footsteps echoing through the silent fields as they raced to escape the clutches of the haunted scarecrow. But as they stumbled out of the farmstead and into the safety of the moonlit night, they knew that the memory of their encounter would haunt them forevermore. Nestled amidst the rolling hills lay an old abandoned barn, its weathered boards creaking in the wind like the groans of a dying beast. For years, the locals had whispered tales of the barn's dark past, a place where unspeakable horrors had unfolded under the cover of night. Determined to uncover the truth, a group of intrepid explorers ventured into the decrepit structure, their flashlights cutting through the suffocating darkness like knives. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, and the floorboards groaned beneath their weight as they cautiously made their way deeper into the belly of the barn. It was there, amidst the rubble and debris, that they stumbled upon a hidden chamber, a forgotten sanctuary steeped in darkness and despair. Strange symbols adorned the walls, their meaning lost to time, and a sense of foreboding hung heavy in the air like a suffocating fog. As they explored further, they discovered a series of cryptic artifacts: a rusted knife, a tattered diary, and a peculiar amulet adorned with sinister sigils. Each item seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, and a sense of unease settled over the group like a shroud. But it was when they unearthed a hidden trapdoor beneath the floorboards that their descent into madness truly began. With trembling hands, they lifted the door to reveal a yawning abyss, an endless void that seemed to beckon them into its depths with whispered promises of untold horrors. Unable to resist the allure of the unknown, they descended into the darkness, their footsteps echoing through the silence like a death knell. Yet, as they delved deeper into the bowels of the earth, they soon realized that they were not alone. A presence lurked in the shadows, a malevolent force fueled by centuries of resentment and rage, and as it descended upon them with unholy fury, they knew that they had awoken something far more sinister than they could have ever imagined. On the outskirts of town, nestled amidst fields of swaying wheat, stood an ancient farmhouse shrouded in mystery and superstition. It was said that on the night of the harvest moon, the inhabitants of the farmhouse would perform a dark and forbidden ritual, a sacrifice to appease the malevolent spirits that dwelled within the earth. Intrigued by the rumors, A group of thrill seekers embarked on a journey to uncover the truth behind the sinister legend. As they approached the farmhouse, they were greeted by the sight of flickering torches illuminating the night sky, their fiery glow casting long shadows across the fields. Drawing closer, they caught a glimpse of the farmhouse's inhabitants, a cloaked figure adorned in the trappings of ancient ritual, their faces obscured by the darkness. With bated breath, they watched as the figure raised a gleaming blade high above their head, the harvest moon bathing them in its ethereal light. In that moment, the air was thick with anticipation, each heartbeat echoing in the stillness of the night. And then, with a swift motion, the blade descended, slicing through the silence like a knife through flesh. A primal scream pierced the night as the sacrifice was made, the blood of the innocent staining the earth and sealing their fate for all eternity. And as the last echoes of the ritual faded into the night, the group realized with a dawning horror that they had stumbled upon something far more sinister than they could have ever imagined. In the heart of the countryside, surrounded by vast fields and dense woods, lay an old farmhouse that had stood for generations. But beneath its rustic charm lurked a sinister secret, whispered about by locals in hushed tones. Legend spoke of a spectral horseman who roamed the surrounding lands on moonless nights, his figure cloaked in darkness, and his steed galloping with thunderous hooves. Many claimed to have heard the eerie sound of his horn echoing through the night, a harbinger of doom to those who crossed his path. One fateful evening, a group of adventurous youths decided to investigate the tales for themselves. Armed with nothing but their courage and curiosity, they ventured into the moonless night, the air heavy with anticipation and the promise of the unknown. As they approached the abandoned farmhouse, a chill swept through the air, sending shivers down their spines. The darkness seemed to cling to the decrepit structure like a shroud, obscuring whatever secrets lay within. Suddenly, a distant sound pierced the silence, a haunting melody that sent shivers down their spines. It was the mournful wail of a trumpet, echoing through the night like a call from beyond the grave. Heart pounding, they pressed on, their footsteps muffled by the damp earth beneath their feet. And then, emerging from the shadows, they saw him, the ghostly horseman, his figure illuminated by the pale light of the moon. With a thunderous roar, the spectral steed charged towards them, its hooves pounding against the ground with unearthly force. Frozen in terror, the youths watched as the ghostly apparition swept past them, disappearing into the night like a whisper on the wind. As the echoes of the encounter faded away, the youths knew they had witnessed something beyond comprehension, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked within the heart of the countryside. In the heart of the farm, surrounded by endless rows of cornstalks reaching towards the sky, lay a cursed cornfield that had long been avoided by locals. Tales spoke of strange occurrences and inexplicable phenomena that plagued those who dared to venture into its depths. One summer's eve, a group of friends decided to put the legends to the test, embarking on a daring journey into the heart of the cornfield. Armed with nothing but their flashlights and a sense of reckless curiosity, they plunged into the darkness, the rustling of cornstalks echoing through the still night air. As they ventured deeper into the maze-like expanse, a sense of unease settled over them like a suffocating blanket. The cornstalks seemed to whisper secrets as they passed, their husks rustling with an otherworldly energy. Suddenly, one of the friends stumbled upon something buried beneath the earth, a weathered tome bound in leather and sealed with ancient sigils. With trembling hands, they brushed away the dirt and opened the book, unleashing a torrent of dark magic that had long lain dormant. As the pages turned of their own accord, the air crackled with electricity, and shadows danced along the edges of their vision. And then, with a deafening roar, The cornfield came alive, twisting and writhing like a living, breathing entity. Trapped amidst the chaos, the friends fought to escape, their screams drowned out by the cacophony of the cursed cornfield. But as they stumbled out into the moonlit night, they knew that they had unleashed something far more sinister than they could have ever imagined, a darkness that would haunt them for the rest of their days.